Thank you for tuning into the Crypto Espi channel. My name is Dan Espi, and let's get into it. So the world's fifth largest bank aims to debut blockchain payment network in 2020. So that's right, the Japan's Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, the MUFG, has officially announced it will launch a new blockchain-based payment system, according to a press release published on February 12th. The world's fifth largest bank is working on a project in partnership with the United States content delivery network Akamai, with the aim to launch in H1 2020. The new payment network will be a diverse payment service equipped with an interface that can be used to as a communications network, Ripple, and include functions for the transfer and management of value through blockchain, a press release explained at the time, adding, "This will allow for a significant reduction of transaction costs for all kinds of payment services and could support a large expansion in transaction numbers." MUFG has embarked on various blockchain endeavors in recent months, among which was an initiative to develop a remittance corridor with Brazil using Ripple XRP. So, as we can see, MUFG is now looking to debut finally some services here utilizing blockchain technology as soon as next year. Looks like, I believe, H1 being first quarter, but either way, pretty cool to see. Let's go ahead and move on to the next piece of information. So last year, we already knew that Berkeley Haas partners with Ripple to accelerate innovation in blockchain cryptocurrency. This was part of the Sprint initiative last year. The Haas School of Business at the University of California, Berkeley, today announced its participation in the University Blockchain Research Initiative, a new program founded by Ripple at the time to support academic research, technical development, and innovation in blockchain, cryptocurrency, and digital payments. So fast forward to today, UC Berkeley launches accelerator for early stage blockchain startups. So they have launched a 12-week accelerator program for early stage blockchain startups. The launch was reported in an official announcement published on January 28th. So it's a little bit old, but for me, it's new. I'm going ahead and cover it either way. So Gloria Zhao, president of the blockchain at Berkeley, outlined the rationale behind the academia-housed accelerator program, proposing that with such a nascent technology as blockchain, we see that a lot of subject matter experts and people making an impact in the blockchain space are students. Blockchain at Berkeley strives to foster entrepreneurial spirit in our students, so we are excited to help lead this innovative and assist the next generation of blockchain innovators. So as we know, Berkeley has partnered with Ripple's Global University Blockchain Research Initiative, UBRI, to host a blockchain and fintech industry spring speaker series at the Haas School of Business. UC Berkeley is also working with UBRI to develop cross-departmental courses and funded research projects in the field and to sponsor the upcoming blockchain hackathon. Many universities worldwide have launched their own internal blockchain laboratories, research centers, and degree programs and certificates, including the high-ranked university MIT, who's also partnered with Ripple, in the US, and the IT of Copenhagen. So again, just more things coming out of the schools. Of course, Ripple, I'm sure, has a lot to do with the funding of that, and it's pretty cool to see again that universities, students, and the next generation is pretty much already getting their hands and feet dirty with blockchain technology developing, and I'm sure eventually we're going to see some interesting startups coming out of this in the years to come. So definitely looking forward to what Ripple is working on through the UBRI project with the Spring Initiative. Of course, Berkeley as well is already getting started on some things here, so really cool to see. And in case you missed it yesterday, Ripple's Western Union piloting settlement tests with Ripple. We're piloting some settlement tests with Ripple for certain quarters. The US dollar and the Mexican peso is one example. Learning about possible opportunities, the options that we choose need to be legitimate and widely acceptable for consumer use. So as we know, Western Union is piloting XRapid, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty cool. We always can use some huge payment providers in the space, especially a leading one like Western Union, piloting Ripple. So we'll just have to wait and see how things go. Western Union Global Money Transfer President Olden Almeida had claimed in an interview with Reuters Plus that the company is ready to adopt any kind of currency, potentially cryptocurrency. So some really good news coming out there. Shout out to AMD Crypto. Also, shout out to Crypto Wolf on Twitter for also helping me out a little bit with some of these news articles. Let's go ahead and keep moving. So XRP CZ surprises users by allowing purchase of token directly through credit cards via Binance. Now, this came out yesterday. However, I didn't cover it. This is kind of in the middle of the day. So CZ, the CEO of Binance, has once again paid attention to users and added a feature that allows the purchase of XRP directly through credit cards via Binance. So here we go. Let's go ahead and see what he had to say. So a friend of mine tried to buy XRP on Binance with a credit card last night, and it wasn't available yet. Check this morning, and it is now live. You can purchase XRP with your debit or credit card, 3 for $1, but not for long. CZ retweeted the same with a comment: XRP purchasing using a credit card is now working slowly but surely. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at C3 Nick's response to this. So Binance, you can purchase XRP by using credit cards now. And here he has a huge cookie being served here to somebody that needs a bigger cup of milk. And he says here, best with milk. Shout out to C3 Nick. Let's keep moving. So next thing we see here is Ripple price predicted to rise with key links to MasterCard, Barclays, and Western Union. Ripple is known for making partnerships with banks, but is starting to enter the space of remittance and money sending services. SendFriend Remittance, Western Union, and more good news for Ripple. So SendFriend, both Barclays and MasterCard, two of the world's largest financial service companies and banking institutions, have put money into a remittance company called SendFriend. This company is currently using the XRP-based XRapid service. SendFriend is primarily targeting a Philippine and U.S. remittance market, utilizing the XRapid service to exchange USD and Philippine pesos with XRP to create cheap, frictionless cross-border transactions that occur almost instantly. Clearly, this market is attractive to the likes of Barclays and MasterCard, and they are looking to get involved by backing such a company in funding. Thus, they are inadvertently promoting the use of cryptocurrencies in this space, adding a lot of legitimacy to the likes of Ripple. So obviously some really good news there. Not necessarily new news, but again, just good to highlight some of the things that are being utilized, especially XRapid, and some of the services that are going to be utilized by these companies with Ripple. So last but not least, I also wanted to go over this. This is from yesterday. So it's virtually certain Bitcoin ETFs will be approved, prominent analyst argues. Now, he says here the SEC has several legitimate, thoughtful concerns that the industry has to overcome, but I'm confident they will. Eventually, we will see a Bitcoin ETF, and it's at the stage that I will be much more comfortable recommending that ordinaries investors participate. So obviously, a lot of opportunity if you take this into account, and it does kind of reflect a little bit on the charts, which we will go over in just a moment. So let's quickly take a look at the price of XRP. And actually, let's look at Live Coin Watch real quick and see how we're doing today as far as the market caps. So total market cap still at 121 billion. Market cap of Bitcoin still sitting at 64. Ethereum now at 13, and XRP at 12.5. EOS 12.26. And of course, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash in 5th and 6th. So it looks like Litecoin took a step down from the 5th spot. EOS has moved up with a little bit of a higher market cap, not by too much, 2.6 as opposed to 2.5, and Bitcoin Cash just right behind at 2.1. So just keeping a close eye on that. So let's quickly go over the price of XRP, and then we'll get into Bitcoin. So as we can see here, as I said yesterday, we were possibly going to see a pop or a bounce to the 200 MA, and sure enough, we finally saw a classic textbook trade here. So at the very bottom of this little channel where we keep seeing a lot of trading, obviously the buy signal was right there. A lot of people bought at the bottom of the triangle formation, shot up and sold at the 200 MA. Like I said yesterday, very classic, very textbook. However, if we look at XRP Bitcoin on the XRP BTC on the daily, not too much of a great sign. As you can see here, a death cross is forming between the 50 moving average and the 100-day moving average. If we look here, the last time this happened, look how far down the price is shot down. We have to take into consideration that this giant bounce more or less has been sustained tried to consolidate, kept trying to go, but now we're starting to see lower highs. And of course, we're starting to see a little bit of lower lows coming out of the top here of this curve. And this is a little bit indicative here. This is actually pretty much very indicative that we may possibly see some big lower prices soon. So that would possibly bring us as low as, if I was to draw support here, if we take into consideration where all these bounces have occurred. Let's see here, as we can see here as well. Let me move this up a little bit. So a clear support right here, as well as right here, kind of dipped down from there. Also got a nice bounce right here. So we run the risk of possibly seeing anywhere between 0.7 thousand satoshis, which really 0.0007 thousand satoshi. So something to definitely keep an eye on. If we were to see that type of drop on the USD, I would say we're probably looking at anywhere, again, like I had said previously, earlier this week, 28 cents to possibly 24 cents is what we might be looking at play out here on the USD charts. Of course, if we get the volume, we still look to hopefully break that 200 MA, which again, we continue to see a lot of selling there. If we get past that point, we're still looking to 33 cents to break that resistance there. But ultimately, not the greatest sign if we take that into consideration. Quite possibly, we may see a lot of shorting. Also, we can also clearly see the EMAs are starting to revert to the downtrend right here. Let me zoom that in a little bit so you can see it better. And of course, right here, the uptrend. And now we're starting to see the downtrend again, where the if I was to open this up, you can see it better. So this is the 55 EMA, 55-day EMA, pretty much starting to switch. Whenever the 55 EMA goes to the top, we're starting to enter a downtrend. And I can show you that very clearly right here. And again, last time that happened, we saw this type of 50-day moving average cross the 100-day moving average, which is again a death cross, and we started to see that play out. So will we see that play out remains to be seen. Highly indicative, we may possibly see lower prices. Again, we definitely had the shot yesterday to try and make an attempt to get to that 200 or past. We got to it, but again, a lot of selling at that point. Could we see another attempt? Possibly, but again, we have that death cross lurking on the XRP BTC charts, and we continue to struggle to get above the 200 MA. So not the greatest sign. Still a little bit hopeful, but it might present some opportunity maybe between today and Friday if you're looking to get some more XRP. And let's take a quick look now at Bitcoin to show you some interesting things here. So looking again at Bitcoin USD, this time I'm on the Bittrex exchange. Let's take a look now. So the bull flag is really not playing out too much. Let me go ahead and go back out here to the 4 hour. All right, so Bitcoin. Typically what we want to see is let me see if I can find a good example. Okay, so when we see these types of pumps, or at least a little mini rally, we want to see continuous volume continuing to come into the market. So when we see this one huge buy, it's probably like an institution buying in, quite possibly institutions responding to this news, or I mean, usually when you see a big buy like that, it's highly indicative. It's a big player. Usually when it's the retail investors, you start to see FOMO, or you start to see people continuing to buy, hoping to ride out the wave. Clear, nice indication of more volume coming through. But this time we got that one spike, and that was it. So a little bit interesting to see here where this is going to go. Looking at the moving averages, clearly we can see at least an attempt to at least a little bit to go sideways, still holding the EMAs on the uptrend, but starting to curve. So we still run the risk of possibly seeing this drop lower. Of course, if this continues to play out for any reason, we could see a shot to the top of the channel. But again, we may see a lot of resistance the closer we get to like 3,700, 3,650, 3,750, 3,700 is really where I think we would see a lot of resistance, and try to see where the market reacts from that point. So that pretty much wraps it up for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again for tuning into the Crypto Espi channel. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Please leave a comment down below. Thanks again for tuning into the Crypto Espi channel, and I will see you guys on the next video.